Guys, how are you? Today I will teach you how to install Kali Linux on a PC or laptop. Okay. First, you want to go on Kali Linux search. Okay. Then open.
What that means is you can basically
then click download.
These have bands that they operate on, pretty much the electromagnetic spectrum.
Okay.
The
now
whole
you will install images.
FM, AM radio to your 900 megahertz public band, 2.4.
Now you will click download.
Stuff that wireless communications runs off the tooth. But this allows you to analyze, receive, and
I've installed my laptop.
Okay. Pretty much all wireless communication is radio. So anything
laptop and see
it's wireless
Kali Linux live
which is pretty much
and
everything
simple.
Today.
Okay. If you want to install on this, then you will install an image. Okay. Simple. Then you will need an USB. Okay. And first you need also install
the keys. Dump the keys off of what's a national saver or something, the police using, or what we probably use in the military. That you could use those keys to decrypt traffic that's on that network. So again, pretty much for everything. So the police scanner, but futuristic.
I have already installed Rufus.
This is a obelisk.
And when you install, okay.
It's actually
open Rufus.
They have a contract with
and
it's an Android phone, but it's completely
pick your Kali Linux,
meaning that the internals
and
everything
take
have been
drag
modified to
on
where
it. Okay.
Hackers,
now it will scan.
Hackers and stuff have a lot harder time getting into these
and
things.
this
So,
my
I don't know if
USB.
you've heard of the Pegasus
I will put on my
so there's a group called NSO Group, they're an Israeli security group, and they develop
see it says okay.
for
Now
iPhones
start.
and Androids that allows
Okay.
people to spy on them. And so the Jamal Khashoggi, the reporter who got killed, that was a Pegasus op. They target usually journalists, diplomats, politicians.
Because I have already installed Windows on my USB, that's why I'm asking.
And you basically have
and it checks and installs. Okay.
With your phone. So these phones are designed specifically to try to make them as anti-hackable as humanly possible.
This is 2025.3
He makes them.
and
It's called Obsidian Intelligence Group. But yeah, they're based off of the OnePlus.
if you wanna install on Windows, and then you will choose a virtual machine. I will upload a video of virtual machine in future. Now I will first teach you how to install.
It also runs a full
It's installing. Okay. This is live mode and WSL cloud
that means that the IP address never changes, so it's predictable and deterministic. So I know if I can connect to this machine, like if I open it up.
We are installing mobile. Sorry, installing.
Any traffic.
And then you want first it's taking a time to install. If you need at least 8 GB USB, okay, for to install Kali or for main purpose of hacking, Kali Linux is good. Okay. In future also I will teach you how to crack Wi-Fi and other. Okay.
Ran the taxpayers $20,000 a piece, but that's under $200 for there's different devices that the manufacturers. Have you ever seen The Big Hit? There was this whole sequence in there where they talk about the Trace Buster and the Trace Buster Buster and the Trace Buster Buster, but every the kind of Newton's laws of things, every action requires an equal and opposite reaction. They also manufacture these devices which detect. They're malicious cable detectors. So should you run up on, you serve the problem and you also serve the cure in a sense. Really get into hacking and stuff. And now he's made this insane name for himself in the information security community developing this. But it's crazy because he started out and he was basically fixing printers and all that type of work, and then he just got infatuated with this, and now he's making this killer stuff.
Good for him, man.
Super proud.
He's got more products.
Oh yeah. They're all kind of in the same business. He manufactures the. This is originally made for electromagnetic fields, but it's good for knowing where cameras at, microphones at.
So that's a bug detector.
Yeah. For other words, yeah.
Where cameras are. How does it work?
It works by detecting electromagnetic frequencies. So when if I put it up against something, for the most part,
See guys,
two things that are in this
that is solved. Okay, we'll tap on close
you just gotta know how to use it with programs.
and tap on shutdown.
Super intuitive, or easy to understand. Here's actually one that I made. It was an open source project. Apache.
See, it's
So
turned off.
this is kind of a smaller
Now
version
click.
of
In my HP
Wi-Fi
laptop
antenna. So I would just keep
needs
this in my
ESC.
pocket. And what it does
Okay.
is it
In many
works with
laptops,
artificial
F12.
intelligence. So it
Okay.
tries to find what channels
See,
Wi-Fi
in
works with channels.
F9,
Same way radio would
okay.
work like back in the day.
Okay.
Wi-Fi has
This is just-
channels, and this tries to figure out which channel is the best
And now
to be
we will
on.
boot in
And it's
USB.
going to send out what I was talking about earlier, these de-authentication packets, and will knock devices
The
off
graphical
the network
installer is
momentarily.
best
And when they connect
for
back on, this is going to try to, in its words, it's going to try to eat them or chomp them, and then it collects they're called handshakes. Those handshakes are what are crackable
tap on
when
English.
you don't when you're out of range of that network.
American English.
So this device
Okay.
it looks like it uses similar to the Kindle, the Amazon Kindle. So it takes a second because it's called an ink display. So it doesn't matter if you're in bright light or in the dark. There's no backlight on here. So you see how the thing just appeared on there?
Yeah.
So this little guy his whole entire mission is to be fed by Wi-Fi networks. So it's almost like a little pet that needs Wi-Fi networks to live.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was something I built with, it's a battery pack, a Raspberry Pi Zero, and then an e-ink display, and then there's an SD card that's running this
It's
software.
detecting.
Are you
Okay.
hacking my network right now?
Actually,
takes
yeah,
less time.
unintentionally, yeah.
Okay.
So what-
We will select WLAN 0. If
So
you
just-
Holy
have
shit.
a connected
So I turned it off, but yeah,
LAN,
you're right, I
then
wasn't even thinking, I
you
was hacking
select
your Wi-Fi
Ethernet.
without
Okay.
even thinking that.
So that thing
We
would
have
hack into my
On
Wi-Fi,
Wi-Fi.
kick devices off,
Yes.
and then you have access to those devices?
Um,
Or that you have access to the network, which is all the devices?
yeah, I have access to the network. So
How
I-
fast does that work?
it's pretty quick. It de-authenticates your network as soon as your device tries to reconnect. It grabs that reconnection, which is called a handshake or a four-way handshake. So yeah, it's pretty quick.
How quick? 30 seconds? 5 minutes?
Yeah, well, if you're let's say your router's right there, and your phone is here, or or there's a device in the room connected to the network, I'd say 15 seconds.
That fast?
Yeah,
Did you make that one?
I built this one. I didn't create the idea.
Son of a bitch. Is there any way to protect yourself against this shit?
Yeah, I mean, I would recommend staying up to date. Buying new routers when they come out. Get on stay up with technology when it comes to your daily I don't know, maybe devices or
Routers.
Yeah, routers.
Of the user.
Yeah, routers. Make sure you have a new smartphone if you can afford one. Laptop. Make sure you keep it updated. Computer, desktop, whatever computer you use. Make sure you keep it on the latest update patch.
So this is why they keep putting out these software updates. It's to combat this kind of stuff.
Of course. And this right here. What does this look like to you?
It's a thumb drive.
Not a thumb drive. So
See, this
if I
is
open this up.
password. We need to click
Much nails to work with here, but there
install.
we go.
And
Inside of this,
is, you see the SD card in there?
Yeah.
So when this is plugged into a computer, the computer believes that it is a keyboard. So it's an HID device, or a human. I'm having a blank. It's a human something. It's
If you
HID
are
device.
installing on
So when I
entire
plug this
this,
into
then
any
you will
computer,
select.
doesn't matter
But
if it's Mac,
if you
Linux,
are
Windows,
doing dual boot,
it's gonna
okay.
not think this is a
Select
flash
manual.
drive, and it's gonna
See,
start firing
I
off
want to
keystrokes at
install
superhuman speeds. So I have a payload
on my
configured on here
this,
that
okay.
will
I will
automatically
select this.
install malware on your computer and dump all the passwords out of your browser, save them to it's called an FTP,
delete partition.
FTP file share for it's like a folder on the internet. It saves those passwords and a lot, but this is two devices. So it's a HackRF1, which for you radio nerds out there, it's 1 megahertz to just 5 gigahertz in transmission range, and it can
very
receive in those
easy
same
to
ranges,
install,
which is extremely
I
fast.
think.
Because 1 megahertz is, or I'm sorry, 1,000 megahertz is a gigahertz. So just imagine if it goes from 1 megahertz to 6 gigahertz. It's a very large spectrum. So there's a plane in the wrong direction, and I could,
You can basically reroute air
now
traffic.
continue.
Yeah, technically you're able to do that. There's other things in place to prevent that.
No,
But
it will install. Okay.
cause
Please select GDM3. Okay. For a good experience. Guys, now it's installed.
Can I just pick up on a word there,
Okay,
which is
press
excitement.
continue.
And I think, just if I was sitting there as a student, the challenge that I face is
It will restart.
there is a dilemma unfolding. On the one hand, the technological progress that's taking place for the reasons we've just heard has a price associated with it. But we've also got to remember its extraordinary promise as well. We live at a time of remarkable technological change, because every day we hear stories of systems and machines taking on tasks and activities that until recently we thought only human beings alone could ever do. They're making medical diagnoses and driving cars, drafting legal contracts and designing buildings, composing news reports and writing music. We have never invested so much financial capital, so much human talent in the pursuit of one technical problem like artificial intelligence.
I don't see one opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Which edge of that double-edged sword is sharper, Manjira?
Yeah, I
Look, the thing about promises
deleted
and
my
promises
Windows.
so
That's
the
why it's
algorithms that we say we've
now
invested so
we will
much
press
talent
ESC.
into delivering progress are not necessarily reflective of a vast majority of people's realities. So they've not also been involved in showing us other ways of arriving at this moment that's supposed to be so great. The challenge we do have today is that indeed global corporations are pushing themselves, asserting themselves in some of our realities, and sometimes we don't even have a say. There is still a continuity around when do we get to have self-determination. These are the nuances around which we should dive deeper into this conversation that could also offer the promise that Daniel is speaking about.
I don't understand how the progress.
Now we will remove our footage. Okay.
I am skeptical of the cloud capital for a number of reasons. First of all,